At the beginning, the idea is that it was almost like an apartment of a man who is very much of a traveler, who collects things, so he drops things, etc. So the store has this very sort of masculine environment. But he has a weird obsession, he has a lot of shoes. My name is Christian Louboutin, and I'm designing shoes. I am most famous for the Red Sole. And when I started at Red Sole in 92, 93, women in Paris were very much all in black, all dressed in black. And I wanted to have this colored sole, but I thought at the very beginning to maybe change colors every season. But immediately I realized that red has different meanings in most of the culture, but it's always positive. But also I realized that for people who don't like colors, they still have red. A woman dressed in black would have still the red nails, the red lips. So they would not consider red as a color really. They would not have colors, but red was already making part of their environment in a way. Designing for men is completely different than designing for women. And for a long time, I would have never considered to do really properly a collection for men because it's such a different thing. So it's not a natural extension in a way. It's very, 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 very different. So this is the first store completely dedicated to men. In a way, I own this to a guy who is a young performer, a singer, like a pop singer called Mika. And Mika came to me one day, he basically called me and he said that he wanted me to design his shoes for his shows. And so I say, why not? But may I ask you a question? Why do you want me to design shoes as I'm not a men's shoe designer? He said, well, you know, I have 3 sisters, I have a lot of girlfriends, and I see this excitement of all these girls when they put your shoes on, and this is what I want to find in my shoes, especially for my show. I want to have the same excitement that I see through women's eyes. And I thought that it was a perfect way to put it, instead of thinking, okay, men is different, so it's more about the line, it's like designing a car, whatever, it's more of an object. I thought, well, I should actually keep the excitement side. And it's really funny because the response of that, what I did for Mika has actually really been exactly what he's been formulating. You have the second part, which is here, which is the tattoo part. I was noticing that a lot of people I know who have all the tattoos really speak of the tattoo in a very, very, very strong way and very personal way. It's almost like your own armory. So because of that, I thought if you have a tattoo that you want to reproduce on a shoe, you bring a tattoo and you basically say, well, I have this tattoo, could you reproduce it on a shoe? And then we do an estimation of where it should be put, etc. And then it's all embroidered by Jean-François Lesage on your shoe. It's basically a one-of-a-kind shoe that you have for yourself. We have different shoes where we can put your tattoo exactly. So this is the first men's store, but definitely not the last one.